not to mention his need for testosterone. And I don't know, what does you need testosterone for when you don't get laid? Maybe that's why he doesn't get laid. I don't know why he takes testosterone, but he takes steroids for 20 years by his own admittance. 20 years. Likes to build muscles. I'm not sure why. For him, he's certainly not impressing anybody. He's 54 years old. Because of his drinking and his usage of steroids and so forth, Jim looks at least 10 years older than his actual age, losing his hair, and all he's got in his life is his muscles. And he loves his muscles more than anything in the world. I'm in great health, but he chews tobacco and he drinks. That's what he says. I'm in great health. Drinking for how many years in his life and taking testosterone and taking steroids and chewing tobacco, which is one of the worst things other than smoking itself, which is not good, and I'm one of them. But chewing tobacco, that is probably the nastiest habit ever. And you can definitely get mouth cancer from that a lot sooner than any cancers that smoking is going to give you. Chewing tobacco has got to be one of the worst things. And the nastiest, does he carry a spittoon with him? It's just nasty. It's just a nasty habit. Why would a woman even kiss Jim or any man who chews tobacco? Chews tobacco. That's just nasty. All right, well, jumping into this, I did get up. I did listen to Jim's show, and he's not being very apologetic about anything, saying, I've had all this. And it reminds me of Fazio. So many elements in there between Barry and Fazio, all in one guy. Both are emphatic liars. Although I think Barry got laid actually more than Jim ever did. And Barry never made no claims of, having a fancy house. And as Jim says, he had a GT 500. He's had Corvettes. He's had fancy trucks. Big contractor, and has 401ks and retirement money. Oh, the lies just go on and on and on with this guy. You remember Fazio? Yeah, well, Fazio, another loser, but he's gone, claimed he had all the same shit. He had one of his fancy Mustangs, like his GT 500. He had this, he had that, when he never had anything. Which leads me to the question, why do people exaggerate or over-exaggerate their past or present wealth? Why can't they just be honest and say, yeah, I'm just an average guy, or, I wish I had these things. Would have been nice to have these things, but the fact is they never had it. Why is it so important to project, to do all this projection? Well, I mean, why is it so important for people to try to emphasize their wealth or pretend that they've had all this wealth? Who are they trying to impress? Other people, themselves, or try to hide the fact that they're a complete fucking failure? Jim's been coming on, of course, in the show. He's been doing shows every single day himself. And he's always talking about, he's not worried about money. He's got this. He gets all this money every month. But his mommy is actually sending him a little stipend. I mean, the way I see things is like this. It's the same as Ricky. It's the same as Ricky. Ricky claims he makes $8,000 a month. Well, let's put some common sense in here. If you're making that kind of money, and let's use Ricky for a second here anyway. If Ricky was making that kind of money every month, why is he living in a shithole in the Decca Homes apartments over in Mandawi? It don't make any sense. If you got that kind of money, and you're getting older, You're going to live in a halfway decent place. It doesn't mean it has to be a fancy place. No, I'm not saying that. But what Ricky lives in is an absolute shithole. Now let's segue back to Jim. Jim is renting some shithole apartment. And his taste of apartments is interesting too. We've seen him looking at some shitholes he was going to rent and saying, whoa, what a great place this is. Well, I don't know, for a guy that has all these, union money and pensions and all kinds of crap and 401ks and all that stuff. Well, his taste for apartments is kind of lacking. This is all a cover up. Everything is a cover up for how they're really living. The place that Jim is renting now in Cambodia is a shithole. It's an absolute shithole. And to him, that's like a really great apartment. I don't know. It seems to me that somebody with money would not look at his apartment as being a great apartment. And your comfort level. Why would you live in a shithole if you're supposedly making all this money? You got all this money in the bank. You got all these amenities of, 401ks and union pensions and all that stuff. Same as Ricky. Same as Ricky. Why would Ricky be living in some shithole? And that's what it is. Oh, Ricky went out and bought an IKEA bed, some piece of shit. He paid $1,000 for something that he boasts about all the time. The 5-star lifestyle, you always hear that phrase. I'm living the 5-star lifestyle. Are they really? Because the way I see it, if you were making, in Ricky's case, what he claims to be about $8,500 a month, then you'll have enough money to go about living a great lifestyle and eating nice dinners and all kinds of stuff, and still be able to rent a decent place to call home base. Home base. And Ricky's shitty little rickety apartment is his home base. So I'm going to try to get my tea prepared here if I can. These don't make any sense to me. What is a cover-up and why is a cover-up? And why would somebody try to pretend you're living some great lifestyle, have all this money, and what is the purpose of it? Is it because they're such a fucking loser that they don't want people to know their real situation? Yeah, more than likely. More than likely. The great cover-up. The great cover-up. I don't pretend anything, I'm not broke, but I'm not rich, and I'm not going to say I've owned all these fancy cars. Oh, I've had numerous types of vehicles, trucks and sports cars. Nothing new, all used. Yeah, I've had a 260Z. I had a Pontiac Firebird. I've had, let's see, nothing fancy. I had Jimmy's. I've had Nissan XL sports trucks. I've had, I'm trying to think of everything. I even had a Peugeot, believe it or not. A Peugeot, ugly looking car, but got a good deal on it. Yeah, I've had a lot of cars. Nothing fancy, nothing brand new, nothing fancy, used. Yeah. Oh, Collins here. I'm not buying this 5-star life. No, I never bought it from the beginning. And I still won't. I never said I had any GT 500s or any shit like that. Although Jim's Gasian Adventures claimed on his last video that he's owned all this shit. In particular, GT 500, he has fancy ass trucks, the best money can buy. He had all that stuff. Where'd it go? Where did it go? The house that he would always show himself filming in front of in America was his mom's house. He tried to pass it off one time as his house. It was his mom's house. Jim lived with his mom probably most of his life. And his statement that he's a big time contractor and he takes 6 months off and comes back. And well, it is possible that, you know, he makes a little money from working as a laborer, or maybe even as a framer, maybe as a framer, make some money, then, go to Asia and live off that money for a bit, but it's unlikely. Jim probably couldn't handle a full time job because he's an alcoholic. And not only that, because his whole persona, he's a kind of an aggressive man, especially when he drinks. I couldn't see him being a boss either because he would sound like a real asshole as a boss. Never even married other than Dexel over in Philippines, who he's still. I mean, this is a man that put tattoos of Dexel on his arm and her biological 2 children. Who the fuck does that? Well, he did. Now he's got a picture of or name or whatever of Dexel on his arm. And he spends the majority of his time talking about his ex that he can't stand, supposedly. And supposedly, she was the causing factor of all the problems. All the problems. It was her. But, ladies and gents, if you listen to this guy, you know right off the bat that he's very aggressive and he's always been very abusive to his wife, Dexel. He does shows particularly because he wants her to hear what he has to say. He hangs around with a 16-year-old girl who's a companion, and I'm pretty damn sure he's never got laid by her, for eye candy, and kind of to shove it to Dexel. Oh, yeah, he wants to shove it to Dexel. Sorry, I'm just preparing a tea here. I'm trying to see where I can find my lemon, or if I even have any lemons left. I don't even know. I can't find them under this pile of produce she has in a basket here. I kind of thought we did buy some lemons. Shit. Well, that sucks. I thought I had, well, maybe down here in the fridge. I don't know. Oh, I do have lemons. Okay. That's a good start. Excellent start. So deal with me for a minute. You know my routine. Knife. Just deal with it for a minute here while I prepare my morning tea. Okay. Give me a few here. Hopefully this lemon is fresh and juicy. I've had a few lemons here that were dry as a fucking desert. But I don't understand why people hide all this stuff. Or try to impress anybody, especially from YouTube. I mean, who cares? Trying to impress people of all places on YouTube? Why? What is the competition here, really? I don't pretend anything. I am who I am, and nothing more than that. I'm not going to lie and say that I've owned GT 500s and all that shit. But basically, the only cars I've owned, I mean, there might have been nice cars, but they weren't anything special. Not really. Shit, I had a 260Z I bought off somebody by big mistake. And if it hit a dip in the road, it might have folded in half. I don't know. The chassis on there was so rusted out that the damn vehicle could have actually folded in half if I went into a deep dip and then came up again. It would have folded in half. No, I mean, I had a few nice cars, very dependable. I did that I liked, but I've never claimed to have anything fancy. And just, there's no reason to. Who am I trying to impress? Nobody. Pardon me, I'm just putting my seasonings in my tea, then I'll be done. There we go. Add the ginger. I'm almost ready to go here. Go to all the ingredients. Got all my ingredients here, and I am ready to go. Okay, that's my shtick. My tea in the morning. Though I can't drink it for 15 minutes. It's so fucking hot. But let it steep in there. Here we go. Because I was listening to Jim's last video, and the bullshit was coming out of his fucking mouth. There's some people who you could actually say are losers and mean it. You can see right through some people clearly that they've had a hard time in life. Barry's had a hard time all his life, getting in trouble, lying, and putting himself in beat up his wife over a child situation, 6 months in prison in Alabama. He's in prison now. I don't know who put him there, but I like to shake their hand. Meet the hand that shook the hand of Abraham. Meet Abraham. I don't know if you ever heard that expression. It has to do with somebody's pecker. But anyway. But Jim does over-exaggerate things quite a bit. More than most. And it's going to be a matter of time he's going to move out of Cambodia. He admits he's bored, but yet he's building up Cambodia. I'm sure Cambodia has some good places there. According to what you're looking for, It is a cheap place to live if you had to, but Jim really started to build up Cambodia, but then he's even admitting he's getting bored. But when he's spending money with the companionship of that 16-year-old, that's going to add up too. Some hints. How about some hints? Please send me some coffee money, you cheap bastards. Come on, folks, don't cheap out. Buy me a coffee. And he pushes it. Does that sound like a man to you with a 401k and all this money and all this shit? He's begging for money on this show. Another Barry. See the similarities we got on here? Look at Ricky. Look at this guy. A lot of similarities, isn't there? But the question is, why do people have to hide? Well, if you were rich, you don't have to tell people you're rich because there might be people coming after you or something. You might get kidnapped or something. I understand certain factors that would prevent people from really telling the truth. But here's the opposite. He'll just say, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this. When the guy probably never had shit. He was a ragtag type of guy all his life, drinking. He indulged in drugs. This is all coming, as I said, my show, and I'll repeat it again, my show is only stating, and I must emphasize this because I'm not a bullshitter. I've been labeled everything in the world. I was never anything I was labeled, but I'm certainly not a bullshitter. I base my information on what I've actually seen and heard on their videos. So how could I be a bullshitter? They either said what they said on their videos or they did not. It's one or the other. That's it. And listening to Jim, he's got a lot to hide. But sometimes he does bring things up, and we've got a pretty good character description of him from some of the things he said. He admitted he's in and out of different types of drugs, drinking, just fucking up his life. Nobody that does the thing he does could even keep a job, especially he was into drugs and everything. You can't keep a job. He says he belongs to I'll even tell you the union. No, it's possible he joined a union. Doesn't mean he's a big time contractor, does it? Well, of course he says he is. I built $1 million homes and condos and all this other shit. I belong to the union. I get a pension from there, and I get a pension from something else. And when I reach of age, I'm going to have Social Security pension on top of it. Well, guess what? You know what they did? The maximum age, you want to get Social Security is 67 if you want your like full benefit. Now they're raising it to 67 and 8 months. Yes, 8 months, 67 and 8 months. So you might as well say 68 years old. So if Jim's been drinking and, haberdashering all over the place, I mean, his health can't be the greatest. So he works out. Doesn't mean he has great health. If you've been drinking all your life, your liver is fried. Your liver gets fried after one drink. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm not learned about anything. So don't believe me. You build up all the goddamn muscle you want, but it doesn't mean you're internally healthy. And taking fucking steroids the best part of your life over 20 years is not going to do your body any justice or your heart. Sometimes you got to get your act together as you're getting older. He's 54 years old now. Yeah, I know he looks like 65 plus, but that's what this shit does to you, the drinking and everything. People who drink a lot do not look good for their age. You ever seen Popeye's pictures? He's a ginny. He's a ginny. He drinks gin. And he does smoke. You don't hear it on his show, but he has that telltale cough. I know because I'm a smoker. At each sentence, and you don't get that normally, unless you're fucking dehydrated or something. But that is a smoker's cough. And don't tell me Popeye doesn't smoke. Don't even dare tell me he don't smoke. It takes one smoker to identify another smoker. Yeah, that's my big hang up. But I don't drink. I'm into supplements. I even exercise. I'm in fairly good shape. And even, my appearance to people. My appearance to almost everybody I've ever met says, no way you're that age. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. But if you look at Jim, who's 54, you'd swear, if you had to put his picture in public and say, how old do you think this man is? They'd say, oh, I don't know, 65, 68. He's only 54. He's not lying about that. He's 54. So I don't know what good this weightlifting shit is doing him. Hasn't done anything for his appearance. That's for damn sure. Come on, people, a little bit of dialogue here before I get too fucking bored. I'm not that in love with my own voice. But I'm not going to pretend that I owned all this shit. I've owned 3 houses in my life. No lies, not 10 houses. I've owned 3 houses. I've owned a house in Seattle in a very nice area. Okay? Owned a house in Hawaii. I got a house, mutual, here in the Philippines that I paid cash for. Cash. No mortgage. I paid cash. Never owned any other houses. Although I had a property out here, a piece of land close to the port that we sold and made money on. Never intended to build on it. We had a good deal on this because somebody was going into some financial hardship. So we got this. I wouldn't say we got it for a song and a dance, but we got it to at a really good price that allowed us to make a very nice profit when we sold it afterwards. But I've never owned any other houses in the Philippines. Just this house. Nothing to lie about. Just this house. No other homes. I don't have any land out here now. I just don't. Why lie? This is the only property I own here. Mutually owned, me and my girlfriend, of course, but that's it. not collecting rent or anything from any properties out here because I don't have any other than this. Why lie? Okay. Well, you never seen him. He's always without his shirt on. All he talks about is going to the gym, trying to show off his physique. He does have muscles, but they don't look like muscles of a 75-year-old. I don't know, something about his skin. It's very gnarly looking. It's muscles built up from using steroid. I would be impressed. I would be truly impressed with Jim if he got those muscles the old-fashioned way without the aid of steroid use. Then I would say, yeah, pretty good, man. Right on, brother. But I'm not impressed with him because he didn't get those muscles through just regular weightlifting. He loves to walk around without his shirt, like, look at me. And he likes to flex his muscles all the time. You know, I don't got much muscle. I got a little bit, but I don't have much muscle. Why lie? I got developed biceps, but they're nothing to write mom home about. I need the triceps to be developed to make my arm look like it's bigger than it is, and the bicep, you know. If it was light out, I'd show you on the camera. It's kind of dark in this room. Yeah, I work out with little dumbbells. I'm not on big free weights. So I got dumbbells I work out with. It's all you need. I do resistance exercise and 20-pound dumbbells just to give me a little tone. I'm not looking to be Atlas. I'm not looking to be a bodybuilder. This is for utilitarian. It's utilitarian muscle. Because as you're older, you need to have a little muscle in your arms to lift. You need your legs to be strong. That's what I do it for. Not for appearance. You wouldn't be impressed if I took off my shirt. Well, you'd be impressed compared to most people on here. Look at Ricky or anybody else, or Kevin. Yeah, you would be impressed if I took my shirt, but I'm so white that you'd probably need to put a pair of sunglasses on. Try to walk around without a shirt because, you know, white is white, and I don't ever walk around without my shirt on outside because for fear of getting skin cancer, because if I already had it, I don't want it again. Had it near my left nostril area on the skin on the side, actually, on the upper cheek. I'm very vulnerable to that. I don't walk around with no shirt on. In fact, I should be wearing a long sleeve shirt, which I don't. Sup, expat? Now you caught me on. Yeah, so Jim is pumping weights. He's pumping weights. But it's unfortunate he can't get it the old-fashioned way. It's killing him. You don't even realize. Most people are doing things that are killing them on here. It's either they're so fucking dumbfounded they can't figure out what they're doing is wrong. The obesity on here is incredible. They don't think this obesity is going to kill them. Hey, it's not my burden, you know. I mean, I'm just talking about it, you know. Look at Ricky and other people on here. I mean, Kevin is still not ideal weight either. And he's carried that weight around for years until he took Ozempic or something, which is dangerous to take. But he's back in America. He's going to gain his weight right back. Like a lump on a log in his aunt's basement. Some things just don't change, do they? Yeah. Colin says, gets hot out there, might pay to stay home. Yeah. Nice morning. It's cool because I had a good downpour. Is it actually drizzling right now? Might be. We had a good needed downpour because I actually haven't had rain in a while out here. Even through all this hurricane shit that's been going on, we did not get any rain. It's amazing. We did not get any rain with all this 2 hurricanes we've been through here. Barely a drop of rain in the beginning. Nothing until this morning. Had a nice downpour, what we needed. Excellent, excellent. All right, there's the tea. I just don't understand why people got to bullshit on here all the time. Why can't they just be honest? It's not just exaggerating the truth, it's just an out and out lie about just about everything in their life. Because their life is so fucked up that they got to hide the truth. That's the answer to that. They have to hide the truth. They don't want anybody to know how fucked up their lives really are. Whose fault is that? Yours? Mine? Neither. People are going to do it if they want to do it with their life, and they fuck it up. They got to make excuses to try to hide the fact that their whole life they've been one big fuck up, like Barry and Ricky and people like that. One big fuck up. I think it's still drizzling. I hope so, yeah. No, we need it. Get all the urine and shit out there and the roads cleaned up from all these dogs pissing and everybody else pissing on the side of the road. No, Philippines is not the most hygienic place in the world. Of course, we talk about that. It's really not. Which reminds me, I gotta go get a flu shot. I found out that the diagnostic center in Bantayan that I go to get occasional tests for this and that, maintenance type stuff, does give pneumonia and flu, but I don't need the pneumonia. The pneumonia shot I got right here in town. Very rare that they offered it. That was about 4 years ago, and that's good for 10 years or something, supposedly. The flu shot, that's another thing. But at my age, pneumonia is important. I mean, I don't think it would kill me if I got another pneumonia shot, but I don't think I need to. But the flu shot, yeah, it might be a good idea. I don't believe in these injections anymore. I just don't. Frank's King, there we go. Okay, Frank's King, welcome to my show. My really big shoe, by the way. My trademark. Actually, I was listening to Jim's show this morning, and I swear to God, I couldn't finish. I had to go on and do my own show. I heard enough. He walks around with his sports cap on and always these sports shirts. He's like a big kid. I've never seen him with a proper non-athletic related shirt or something. This is a man that's trying to retain his youth, but you wouldn't know it by looking at him. Walks around and tries to impress people with his muscles. And some might be impressed in Cambodia or something. But he got it from steroids. That wouldn't make me proud if I got muscles based on a chemical that's going to, give you a heart attack eventually. Look at all the people, all the wrestlers, all these people that are dying because they've been on fucking roids all their fucking life. They're dying at an earlier age. Am I right? Am I wrong? Jeez, man. Life is too short to just bullshit around. I don't care whether it's on YouTube or whatever. Life is just too short to waste it on, on such crap. The only really interesting show I watch on there lately is a guy who has his own nice sailboat, him and his wife. He's 40 and she's 33. This guy's been sailing around the world, and his last stop has just been over in Solomon Islands. And he's going to probably move over to Papua New Guinea area, somewhere over there. He just tries to do 2-day stints from where he is or something, so it's not extra long trips. This way he could refuel if possible and get supplies and all that. So it's not like he's on open sea for months at a time without stopping off somewhere. He does that. He's got all the equipment on there that he needs. He can calculate distance, wind. He's pretty talented. He's on there with his little dog and cat and his wife. And they do get off the boat now and then to get their feet on land here and there. But he figured that, a lot of people that do these sailing around the world, they're usually 60s, 70s or so that do that, actually. He figured, I want to do this with my life. I want to do this with my life while I'm still young, and I can say I did that. that I had this fantastic experience that I could tell my children or whatever, or, definitely rub his chest, rub his knuckles against his chest and said, I actually did this. So he's kind of a little kind of obnoxious, but he's okay. And he's doing something that's really, really special. And yeah, he had a little bit of savings, but he's also depending, of course, on money from viewers and, so forth. Yeah, right now he's still in Cambodia, but he'll be out of there before you know it. He's going to get in trouble, or his little girlfriend is going to have, well, she was getting kind of pretty sick and tired of him on camera. It was last week. He was in one of these fucking drunken moods, and he was using every expletive in the world in front of her. He was yelling about and this girl didn't want to hear about his wife. She said something, I want you to let it go, or something like that. Because she was sitting there and you see her face, he was just yelling profanities out to his wife and everybody else, and just, showing his true side and his true colors of this chick. And the only reason she's hanging with it is because, he'll take her out to, for lunch or something, and probably pays her a little stipend to hang around with him to make it look like he has a girlfriend. He admitted he didn't get laid. He didn't lay her because he probably couldn't. Probably has a limp noodle from all the shit he takes. But he did that only for the purpose of Dexel in the Philippines, his wife. He wanted to make her upset, wanted to make her jealous, and wants her to think that he's having this great old time without her. See, I could get woman. I'm having a phenomenal time in Cambodia. He can't get over his wife. He can't get over her. Do you know why? It's not that even his wife is that special. He just can't get any woman. And that's probably the most serious relationship he's ever had in his life was Dexel. That's it. So I find he can't let go. I mean, he's already got the tats on her with her picture or name or whatever. I don't know. He can't let go of her. So he'd rather just attack her. Just superficial shit, he'd rather just attack her. Because the truth is, she didn't want anything to do with him. She only wanted his money, whatever he could bring in from his parents, He builds a fucking, what does he spend? 400,000? I don't know what the hell he spent on this fucking house. He wanted to turn into a piggery. She's got the house now. What a fucking loser. She's got something from him anyway. Supposedly, she even sold the marriage ring or something. That pissed him off. Bueno Cano, welcome back. Says they love your radio voice. Well, I'm good for something, huh? Bueno Cano says, what? No, I'm quite. Your show is being syndicated on Popeye's channel, and Popeye's been doing that for a long time. I mean, what does he got to do? He likes to. Popeye's secretly kind of attracted to me. I thought maybe he was attracted to my girlfriend, but as I'm finding out, I think he's more attracted to me. I think he sits there and just jacks off to me. He wants to play my videos because he doesn't want me to take the videos off, which I sometimes do. This way he could sit there, while he gets his lubricant out and just jacking off to my voice. Pretty sick man. Frank, next time I come out to Bentine, I'll contact you ahead of time so you don't get freaked out. Yeah, I'd like to know a little more about you. A man's got to watch out for himself. After all, I had a psychopath named Brevis come over to visit me unexpectedly. Looked into his eyes. There was nothing there, man. We looked into his eyes. There was nobody home, like Barry used to say. Look into my eyes. He said, there's nobody home. And boy, he was right. There was nobody home in Barry's head. Oh, my God. Anything's possible that with Popeye, anything's possible. He's got to get action somewhere, or he just maybe listens to my voice on here. Come on, let's get serious. Who would, in their right mind, would create a show or record, which they do? There is something called Frank Battaglia Replays, right? They're still doing me, and Popeye does me. So the only time he really comes on, because he don't have a lot of other people to pick on these days. Fazio's dead and stuff like, things have, really calmed down. But he was fucking practically losing it. I was off YouTube for about 3 months, not too long ago here. I just got back on. And he was probably jonesing, man. He was probably jonesing to hear me back on again. Oh, everybody said, give Frank 72 hours. Like Don. Oh, Don's still making comments about me and all that stuff. That's another character, but I don't bother to get into it. Don't even give him the credit to talking about Don C. I call him Don Cunt. Yeah. So many fucking losers out there. I don't know. Maybe Popeye likes my voice too. I don't know. He likes something about me. He can't stop talking about me or can't stop recording or simulcasting my shows. He's probably doing it right now. Popeye was popular for doing that simulcast. It was the purpose. They want to hear my show, just go on my live show and listen to me on live. But he's afraid that I'm going to, and I haven't been removing my videos. He's afraid I'm going to remove my video. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to catch me in some statement of some shit that they could use against me, legally or otherwise, It hasn't worked because I haven't been doing anything extra special these days like that, Not at all. I'm watching everything I say, backed up by, the fact that what I talk about is other people's shows sometimes and what they said on camera the whole bit. No lies about that. There's no cover up. They either said it or they did it or they didn't say it. And that's the context of some of my show is based on fact and reality, not somebody else's reality because they're not living in reality. But I will sometimes speak about, and often do actually, about what they said on their show that I found to be a ton of fucking bullshit. So there you go. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Okay, my first sip of the tea. It's cool enough to drink. Thank you very much. I may not have a broad audience because I don't expand it in any way. I don't promote it. I don't do anything. But the people that do come here to listen to me, yeah, it is, Bueno Cano, strange to be addicted to another man. I know. What's that? Express says there is a guy with a channel called Stinky Pinky, really wanting to fight Jim. Well, Jim wants to fight Ricky. That would be interesting. I'd pay for that. Yeah. Strange to be so addicted to another man. Well, I got a lot of people that are addicted to me. Like I said, I don't have look, what do I have on there? I had maybe 14 this morning, 11 people listening now. Only one thumbs up. You guys listening to me, you only give me one thumbs up, though. That part I don't understand. You love listening to me, but you are not very generous on the thumbs up. I don't understand that at all. But then again, I'm not monetized, blah, 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 blah. It don't really matter, does it, in the outcome and long come of anything. It just doesn't really matter. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And nothing really does matter. Man, just live your lives, man. Just be real to yourself. Because then you'll come off to being real to somebody else. You're trying to get a woman or something. That's why Popeye never could. That's why Kevin can't. That's why Ricky can't get a real woman. Jim can't get a real woman. I mean, do you see a pattern to this? It's a pattern. Jim is going to find an excuse to leave Cambodia. Now, what he's going to do, and he's already hinted to it already. Listen to this. He's already hinted. Mark my words. He's already hinted. Oh, I may go back to America and work for 6 months. What he's really saying is that this place that he's absolutely in love with, that he thinks is a phenomenal place, Cambodia. Well, not working out for him there. He's getting bored. Here's what you do in any country. Okay. Don't go in people's faces. You want to walk in the street, maybe come close to somebody, said, oh, hi, hello, whatever. ¿Cómo está? Whatever. But don't like make a spectacle of yourself. You got to walk down the street like you're something special. Hello, how are you? Next one. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Have you been to Hawaii? Yeah, I've been to Hawaii. I lived there 14, 15 years. Okay. Hello, how are you? And he gets in people's faces. They don't like that. It's just too conservative, in Southeast Asia for that. I believe that's the right word that would apply. I think it would be conservative, wouldn't it be? Okay, the rain's come down more. Good. They don't want anybody. Sure, foreigners are, the people in this country, yeah, they're interested in you. Oh, there's a white man walking down the street. But, if you want to make a spectacle of yourself, you do what Jim did. He was up because he can't sleep at night because all this fucking drinking and roids and all that shit. 3 a.m, he's walking in the dark streets of Cambodia. I want you to picture this. He got his cell phone on with his extension rod on there, his selfie stick all extended out. He's wearing a pair of underwear with no shirt on. Of course, he had his cap on. I don't make this up. He's got a show on it. It's probably still on, a video. Frank's King. Frank, what about you talking about the banker? Tia. Who's Tia? Tia's cyber libel. Banker. Who's Thaya? Who's Thaya? Banker. I don't know what you're talking about. Expat says Popeye hasn't had a woman since his wife ran away with a black man. And she's doing very well. And that was a long time ago I heard this. She's doing very well. She's got her own store or something going now, selling goods and stuff. She finally met a real man that could actually put out. Oh, it's coming down again. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Frank's King, I don't understand your statement. Frank, what about you talking about the banker? What banker? Thea, who's Thias? Tia's cyber libel. Who's Thea? Who's a banker? Who's Tia? I have no clue. People come up with shit I just don't understand. Regurgitate a few syllables. Don't speak cryptic on my show. I'm an intelligent guy, but I'm not going to spend time trying to decipher what the hell you're saying. Come out with a clear and concise sentence, and don't write in cryptic. Cryptic in your case means that you're not explaining who the hell a banker is and who Thea is. And I have no clue at this point. So as Ricky Ricardo said to Lucy, he said, "Splain, Lucy, splain." It's a coward move. Yeah. Right. No idea. A banker and someone named Thaya or Tia, Thia, Thaya. Frank, what about talk about the banker? Banker. Got me. I have no clue. Although some people are born clueless. I've always had a clue. All right, what am I missing otherwise? Barry hasn't posted anything in a while. Every now and then he'll post something on there. I don't think it's going real well over there because all the weather system we're having, I'm sure, has affected where he's been imprisoned in a big way. Flooding from outside could have got inside, made it more comfortable, more mosquitoes. I don't know, maybe a lot of depression from cloudy skies and, inclement weather and so forth. Can't be wonderful. Can't be too wonderful. I'm not going to pretend what I think he's going through. I'm sure he is going through a lot, but hey, like I said, you made your bed, now lie in it, as they say, or sleep in it, old expression, and that's it. I think I'm a person who could handle things better than most people. I've been in sticky situations in my life, and I've always gotten through them. Something happens to me in the future I don't like, I'll deal with it. You know why? Because you have to. What other choice do you have? You deal with whatever comes your way. If it's too hot out, if it's too cold out, you deal with it. Too cold, you cover up. Too hot, you take off. Know what I'm saying? Okay, I think you do. I don't know. We covered quite a bit here today. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. Let's not worldwide. It's not just about the Philippines on my show here. Trump's having a real time, and now the Epstein files have come out. And he's going to be exposed with this, and he's shitting. He's shitting his colostomy bag right now because it puts Mr. Trump in a kind of a bit of a pickle, and he's worried about it. Money's being exchanged. Don't put these files out. Don't expose me to have anything to do with Epstein. There's a lot of people involved with that Epstein capers. Brian Epstein. So Trump has been going downhill, literally and figuratively, health-wise and reputation-wise. Not going good for your friend Trump that you voted for, is it? Nope. He's going down the toilet bowl where he belongs. A lying fucking coward, a tyrant, a dictator, a power-hungry buffoon. Can't even, all that money, he can't even afford to get hair weaving done. Wears his fucking toupee all the time. I don't get it. With all that money. You know, just like Ricky. Ricky has that big space between his teeth. He's supposed to make 8,000 pesos or $8,000 a month. He can't go to a dentist and fix that space between his teeth. That's why you know he's a liar. He's not making no $8,000 a month. Look at Nico. Nico's got the most snaggly, ugliest teeth other than Barry Jordan. But he's spending all this money on fertilizer for his fucking grass. I mean, the poor guy went through some fucking hell with that AID, whatever the fuck it was that exploded. He got facial damage, nerve damage, paralysis. He can't smile. He can't see through his one eye. And he's got all this coverage. Why can't he go to a dentist and fix his teeth up? I don't understand it. If you were a chick, never mind what he looks like on the outside. When somebody has some really fucked up looking teeth, you really want to kiss them? Ugh. Look at the few teeth that Barry had left. They were black. They were black. They were black. Oh, I got a chill. They were black. They were black. And look at Nico's teeth, all snarly and gnarly and just horrible. But you tell me he can't afford to get his teeth taken care of? Come on, man. And Ricky, again, with 8,000 plus, 8,500 per month, he can't afford to go get some dental work done and fill in that space. That's enough to put a cigarette as a cigarette holder. If I was smoking around Ricky, I'd say, hold on, can you hold a cigarette for me? And I'd throw it between his top teeth. Hey, thanks for that for a second. Okay. It's got to be good for something. That's why you know these people are lying. I say they're lying through their teeth, but some people don't have any teeth. Okay, Frank's King, what now? You can't talk about the banker. You said something wrong on your teeth. Well, look, old man, you're still cryptic. What are you talking about, fool? Can't talk about what banker? Can't talk about the banker. You said something wrong. Oh, and your teeth. Well, look, old man, there's nothing wrong with my teeth. I don't got a Donny Osmond smile. They're not bright as ivory. Nothing wrong with my teeth. They're capped, in fact. How could there be anything wrong with them? They're fucking crowned. They're crowned, for God's sakes. Anyway, this guy's got to go because he's not making any sense. Bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice trip. Bye-bye. 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 Okay. Don't go away, man. Just go away. Yeah. Bankers, this, that. I have no idea what these fucktards are talking about. I have no clue. Let me see if I missed any messages here. Strange to be so addicted to another man and relating to Papa. Yeah, it is. There's a guy with a channel called, Stinky Pinky. Everybody wants to fight Jim, want to fight Ricky, fight everybody. You would bet that Popeye is gay. Come on, Robert. Why don't you come out with it, man? Tell the truth. You're gay. Come on. Everybody's come out of the closet these days. Just be honest and tell the world that you're gay. It's okay. These days, it's perfectly acceptable. You don't have to hide in a closet. Perfectly acceptable. Come out and tell the truth. Come on. Come on. Come on, Popeye. Come on. Come on. Come out. Admit it. You'll feel better about it, really. Once you come out of the closet, man, that's like a weight off your shoulder. It's a way to anybody who's ever come out of the closet. They took a deep breath after they did that. They took all that weight off their chest and shoulders. Take a deep breath. And say, okay, I admitted it. And you'll feel better about yourself, Robert. You really will. Trust me. Look, I'm not saying that this tea is really tasty, okay? It's pretty bitter. It's got lemon in it. Ooh, but it's medicinal. Whether it does a fucking thing for me or not, that's another thing. I'm sure it'll help with possibly the prevention of any future kidney stones. That's why I do that. I do things for a reason. It's a cleansing thing, too. Lemon juice. It's actually a cleanser for other things, too. If I go to test my liver enzymes, because I do take a medicine, I always get concerned that if it's affecting my liver. So what do? You go out and get an enzyme test. It's not that hard. It's not even that expensive. That's what we're going to do next. But I tell you, you guys who drink, man, from Scotland, hi, Mr. Andrew from Scotland. Welcome aboard, Scotland. That's a new one here. Welcome aboard. Hope you're subscribing. You don't know much about my show. We've actually been on about 10 years, although my subscribers don't show it. But, I've taken myself off a few times, lost all my subs and all that. Anyway, I came back on. That's why I'm here. Although recently I got off again for 3 months, but I'm kind of back on for the moment anyway. Colin Walking the Bear says, you keep it real. You always do. Is there any other way? It's got to be real. Why do a show if you can't talk about it? Why? Then you got, Steven. He's over in the Mindanao area. Hello, all you lovely people guy. Was it expats? Philippines through the eyes of an expat. And boy, the bullshit stories start coming with him. He makes this shit up as he goes along. Because a lot of these people, they don't go anywhere to tell a story about anything. Oh, I have a friend that just wrote me, or I know this guy that just, did this and that happened to him. They don't go anywhere. They go in front of their place in the forest area, little jungle area near their house. Hello, all you lovely people. That's this guy, Steven. And just talks all this bullshit. But the unfortunate thing about it, he's going to be a statistic one day because he's always talking negative about the Philippines, one thing or another. But he tries to do it in a different way to kind of make himself look, well, but I'm not going through this stuff, when he is. But don't forget about Elliot, who got killed. Okay? And he's living in the Mindanao area. And he puts Philippines down quite a bit. And I have this theory, and I know you agree with me. Yeah, I'll read that comments in a minute. It's like this, as Barry always says. It's like this. It's like this. And this particular guy, Steven, And it's clear to me what he does. It seems like these people are trying to make excuses to stay in the Philippines. Well, he doesn't have a choice now because he's got a wife and he's got a kid, and guess what? He's got another kid on the way, right? Well, there's a lot of Jims that were on here, but I'll read the other comment. Vice Chancellor says, if I came down to it, you could give Jim, if it came down to it, you could give Jim a run for his money. And I'm supposed to be this frail guy. Someone says, you keep it real. You always do. I try to. I don't think they have found Elliot's body. Yeah, I don't think they did. Isn't that a shame? He wasn't a bad guy. He just made some bad choices. But like I've been talking about Steven now, even Jim, Asian Adventures, both of them, they're going to get their ass killed or something or hurt. Look, I realized that, once you have a monetized show, you got to keep up with the algorithms and, you're really dependent on that money. And what Steven does on his show, and again, his show is Philippines through the eyes of an expat, something like that. And he's just total bullshit the whole time on there. He makes up stories because you got to keep the so-called algorithms going to make that money. You don't go anywhere to share any stories. I mean, the fact is he doesn't do anything. And then, of course, let's not forget Mike's Philippines retirement. Oh, that's another one. And another bullshit artist that makes up stories constantly just to have material. He sits there, he's a pudgy-looking guy, looks like Humpty Dumpty, wears this baseball type of athletic hat all the time, is losing his hair. And some people said he lost his wife. She left him, and I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not going to say it is because I don't know that as a fact. And I want to go with facts, not hearsay, only facts. No, they didn't find his body yet. That's a shame. It really is. God, some people do stupid things. They do win stupid prizes. Good morning, my love. Good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, have coffee near the window. That's good. Don't worry. Your face ain't on camera. Try to avoid that kind of stuff. Don't need. Right near the window. Yeah, we're getting a bit of rain this morning, sweetie. Much needed rain. Look at that. Quenching the earth. I don't think they have found. No, they haven't found it yet. It is a shame. It really is. I don't know much about the guy, but everybody makes mistakes. I got my camera stand, but I don't feel like going on camera. I look like shit. Hey, I'll be the first one to admit it. If I'm looking like shit, I ain't going on camera. I'm not that vain, but You're so vain. I couldn't do a show without you. You're so vain. I couldn't do a show without you. Oh, hello, my sweet. And there's my sweetheart, Sao. Sao come to greet me this morning. That's my honey here. A very loving dog, very loving to me. A real sweetheart. And I got Ginger, the other dog. What a sweetheart. She's so spoiled. She'll always come up with me. She knows she's going to get massaged, scratched. And I spoiled her, unfortunately. More thumbs up, people. More thumbs up. I spoiled her. Sometimes I can't get her away from me. She'll come back and wants to be scratched again. And I don't mind because she's a sweetheart. Interesting face, how with the black on one side. Yeah, check this out. Yeah. She's unique. She's unique. Love her to death. That is Gypsy Walk. Comes in, Gypsy Walk. What's going on in China there, Gypsy Walk? Gypsy Walk is a troll, by the way, folks. Yeah, Pepita. Pepita was like, you're right, Pepita looked like that too. Yeah. Pepita had that black going for her. I wonder if there's a generational thing. I don't know. Could be a distant cousin to Pepita. I don't know. But both were rescues. We're very kind people. I don't say what kind, but we're very kind people. And these dogs, well, actually, Ginger, the other dog, is the puppy of Papita, the famous Papita. She's the puppy of her. And Sao Sao, as a tiny little puppy, when we were renting, came to the gate, and I was in Hawaii at the time when this happened, and came to the gate. So, of course, Gilda took her in, and there we go. So by the time I come back, she was a year old. Didn't know me for shit, but she took to me real well. And of course, Ginger was so excited to see me again. They got a memory. They know you. They know you by smell. You've been gone for a while. You give them a couple of seconds to sniff you out. And, oh, then they go wild. She's pissing on the floor. She's so happy and, pretty incredible. I love dogs. It's too bad people treat them like shit, though. I see it out here. These people not taking care of the dogs on the street, and it's multiplying. Skinny and shit. But like I said, I can help a few, but I did that because if I stepped out there, that rug was, whatever dirt was on my feet from walking around. Created marks on the floor. There you go. You can't save the world, man. Like I said, I could give good advice. People take it, they don't. Move forward. Do what you want to do. But I can't save the world. In fact, I skip. I see it on these feeds. People putting these things on about these dogs in need, or they got hit by a car, they need help, or they're in some crazy situation, which these people actually stage. They stage it just to get views and money. They will go as far, and then, like a lot of people do these days, they won't even help a person or an animal out. They'd rather film them. This way I got something to put on my Facebook or YouTube. Pretty sick society, huh? Is Popeye still probably simulcasting me? I assume that he is. Oh, how's your early evening going there, Popeye? Hope all is well. You and the missus. Oh, that's right. You don't have a missus. She left you. Okay. Huh? I should do a show entitled The View from My Window. Don't have to be on camera. The View from My Window. There was a book or a movie. I'm not sure which it was. I think it was called The View from My Window. It had to be with a lock key person or something that couldn't leave the house. And Van Gogh, they had put him in a psychiatric place. And that's actually he painted from what he's seen from his window, whether it was the clouds. It was a street scene. Yeah, actually, Van Gogh did that. Now, as my art background reminds me, Van Gogh did that. And he just used his imagination because that's all he could do. Came up with pieces of art that's worth millions today, millions. Some people view things as art. Some people view things as scribble. Well, there's a lot of scribble out there. But see, once you make a name for yourself, it doesn't matter what you draw or paint. If it's by you, look at John Lennon. Any drawings from him are worth a fortune. He didn't do anything fancy, but it was John Lennon. That makes a difference. Who's the person who created this pencil drawing or ink drawing or whatever it might be? If you got a name, then don't matter what you do. You splash some paint on a canvas and it's going to sell for millions of dollars just because of your name. Doesn't make sense, does it? Is it true art? Well, it's in the eye of the person who perceives this to be a piece of art, or just because, has monetary value, they're going to make it sound very special. Oh, look at these brush strokes, crazy. Oh, I think it's more impressionistic. Everybody's opinion. Okay. Well, since my views are starting to go down, I think it's time to get off here because I got to make something to eat here this morning. We had a good audience today. Thank you very much this morning. I appreciate that. And let's see. I want to end this with something unique, but I just remember life is a learning experience. Just watch Ricky. Just watch Jim, Sage and Adventures. Just watch some of these shows, and you'll learn a lot. It'll make you feel a lot better about yourself by watching these people and how fucked up they really are. You know they're going to crash and burn. You know that Jim's going to be leaving Cambodia at some point. He'll make an excuse. Watch. I want you to write this down. Jim's going to leave Asia. He's going to say he's going to go back to America for 6 months, work again, make some money. But I thought he already had money. Oh, Lewis is. Oh, I haven't seen this guy for a while. I have not been on the community for about 6 months. Whatever happened to Barry? I know your name, Louis Barantz. Yeah. Barry's still in jail. He pleaded guilty to 5 counts of cybercrime that I initiated against him. And he owes the court $250,000 and owes me $250,000, and he won't pay it. He's now in an actual prison, far from the Mandawi detention center. He then went to Bikitan for a month or so, and then they put him over in Bilibid, which is actually the real name of it is Montelupa. I think it was Montelupa prison. And that's where he is right now in the detention part of it. He's having a real hard time. A real hard time. Colin says, good storytelling. That's what I do. That's what I do. But my stuff is not always stories. It's not fiction. It's not fiction. My stuff is nonfiction, based on reality, based on fact. That's the difference with my show. Lewis, I'll just call you Lewis because I can't pronounce the rest of your name. Gotcha. In other words, he will never leave. Well, there's a certain limit. I guess we could talk about that. He's under, I guess what they call it is, the word is, oh, geez. What's that word? And what it means is that he's being held longer because he's not paying the court-ordered fines. Okay. It's called what the hell is it called? Anyway, it's like 8 pesos per thousand. How does that work? Normally, he'd be in there for 40 years, according to the mathematical formula that the country put out, immigration put out. He'd be in there for 40 years if you had to go for that formula. They base it on 8 pesos per day. It has to do with how much you owe, and it's 8 pesos per day, and they put that into jail time. But basically, they probably would have to release him, possibly. It's up to their own discretion, after 2.5 years of being in this particular place he's in now. Okay, he's been in there now for, I don't know, how long has it been? 7 months? I'm not sure. The longer he don't pay, the longer he's going to stay. But there's still a cutoff point. So he's hoping that I either drop dead. He even said that on a post, that he was hoping that I drop dead so he doesn't have to owe me that $250,000, right? He's hoping on that. But I think there's a limit, and he wants to stay at a distance because he does not want to pay me any money, and he doesn't have any money to pay the court, although it is suspected that he does have money in the bank for his future deportation, to get his life together, to buy a used car or something. He does have money in the bank, but even under the horrendous situations he has now, he does not want to use it for his own freedom. Yeah. Colin says, some boys never learn their lesson. Colin says, is that boy getting released or doing more time? It's more time. So he has not paid his penalties, no. and there was probably a 2 year limit at least here. Yeah, I think they could only keep him in for a certain period of time. In his case, it amounts to about 2.5 years, which means he's probably got 2 more years to spend in there. And he just refuses to pay, you know? So he has not paid his penalty yet. No, he has not paid his penalties. Man, hook or crook, man, I'd find a way of paying to get out of that situation. He's already got that piece of paper that's going to give him free. He already got a deportation order, man. He's had that for a long time, but he can't execute it because, well, he don't want to pay because he desperately needs that money to get settled somewhere. He doesn't have any other money, and nobody's donating to him. They all gave up on him. Even the do-gooders out there, the high rollers like Big E and Mick Fisher and all these people are not even helping him. You know why? Because they don't want me to get any money. I thought they were highly supportive of Barry. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? But no, 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 no. His girlfriend even gave up on him. Everybody gave up on him. All I know is I hope he has plenty of lubricant, man. Because after a while, I would imagine it ain't going to be good. I know he's been sick. He mentioned he's been sick. Well, I guess you would when you've been, that long in a place like that. So much disease that goes around. But, it's all his doing, man. It's all his own doing. You're going to feel sorry for the guy? Yeah, he owes me 250,000 pesos. Yes, he does. And he owes the court 250,000 pesos also. And he doesn't have the money to pay it. Well, I think he does in his bank account, but like I said, the risk of repeating myself, he doesn't want to part with it. So he'd rather spend the time. Imagine his girlfriend's family didn't want to help him. His own family and so-called friends in Alabama didn't want to help him.
Where's here?
We're on the island of misty toys. Here we don't want to stay.
We want to travel with.
I see the bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way.
Where's here?
We're on the island of misty toys. Here we don't want to stay.
We want to travel with Santa Claus in his magic sleigh.
Just talking to me, and there is a video, and a video that I was taught that it's only for his phone only, but I was surprised because he told me that he's going to post that in YouTube and for evidence that he's not a harmed person. And only you, sis, that knows about the things happened to me. I did not tell my mother, and no one knows about it.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more?
I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad time today. Well, don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. Well, the bad moon on the rise. I hear hurricanes are blowing. I know the end is coming soon. I feel.
Okay, drop your pants, whip your dick out, get it hard right now. Right now. You got 5 minutes.
I can't. I have to go to clean the locker rooms. I have to go.
We've got a turd in the punch bowl. I repeat, we have a turd in the punch bowl.
I hope you got your bang together. Hope you quite prepared tonight. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One night, take it forward now. Well, don't go around tonight.
You know, you really hurt a good fund that was going to help maybe 25 kids or so. Really, it was going to help about maybe 25, 30 kids, maybe a little less. Fuck you all, okay? Fuck you all. How's that for my vlog today? Fuck you all. Bunch of fucking assholes who like to incite all this bullshit on here. You destroy a perfectly good fucking fund and come up with all this crap that Frank's trying to fund his way to the Philippines. He's trying to fucking fund getting fucked out in the Philippines. Fuck you. Fuck, I don't even, you know, fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Gonna take it out. There's a bad moon on the rise. Well, don't go around tonight. It's gonna take it out. There's a bad moon on the rise. God bless y'all. Thank you. lagi sa hati.
Yan, sabar.
Kamu bayangkan aja tadi malam dia selingkuh. Aku bilang apa, Bel? Sudah 3 tahun aku jalanin hubungan. Aku sakit. Perempuan anjing. Aku sudah sayang. Aku sakit. Aku sudah sayang. Asik.
I thought I'd walk you down memory lane there for a little bit. Hope you enjoyed that. Oh man, I tell you, I tell you. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing good. We got the football game coming up tonight, Thursday night football, Jets and Patriots. So, well, Chris travels. I don't know all about that. So, I don't know all about that. So, no comment on that. Oh, let's see. He patted himself on the back over 1,000 times. So he's going to need a sling for his arm by the end of the night. Let me see here. Yeah, he's still doing the circle of death. He's still live, waiting, one person waiting. Oh man. Okay, I did a poll tonight, and the poll was, will Frank die next year? 33% say yes. 31% say no. 36% say maybe. Okay, we end the poll. And that's the results on whether Frank will die next year or not. And that's how you all feel about it. So, welcome in, everybody. I hope your night's going good. My night's going good. That was Harris voter. Oh, God. Oh, but I mean, I tell you, I mean, for a guy who talks a lot about other people gay and this and that, and he's really doing a lot of projecting tonight. A lot of projecting, but it is what it is. And, the shit, I don't lie when he's sitting there lying right to your face. I mean, again, all over this gym guy talking about his body, talking about, you know, Jim walking around with his shirt off. I mean, I don't know what his obsession is with all that, this gym stuff, but holy crap on a cracker, man. But I give you a dime to dollar. I give you a dime to dollar. He's just sitting there talking and talking and talking and doesn't realize he's actually not live. That's fucking hilarious, man. But will Frank die next year. Yep, there's the results just come up. Out of 36 votes. Jim or Jimmy, I guess. LOL. I mean, and then he talks about other people's women. I mean, look what he's got. He's got a married woman that's had 8 children. 8 children that we know of. Okay. So you know her shit gotta look like Arby's roast beef. Demand a recount. Now, I'm sorry, I can't manipulate the poll. It's what people click, how they feel. And then he wonders, well, why does Popeye have to do that? It really pisses him off that I simulcast him. So if he's listening, I do it because the people that come in the live chat want to be able to say what they have to say. And I give them a forum, much like Turning Point USA gives everybody a forum. Okay? So that's what I do here. I give them a forum to express without getting deleted. I mean, you really have to be an idiot to get deleted out of my live chat. I mean, if I delete you out of my live chat, you there's something seriously wrong with you. Okay? But that's why, Frank, because people want to be able to express and say what they want to say. It's called freedom of speech, Frank. I feel but that's what you have tonight in Frank the Pedo, Volume 6. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the little entertainment that I've given you. And this is Popeye 1. I'm out of here. Have a good night, guys.